Welcome back into Saturday, September 9th in the MLB. Our six favorite picks are on the way. Yeah, six picks on the way. Austin, joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday. 3-2 day. We'll take profit any day of the week. You can look into all our picks. Could have been better. Could have been worse, man. That Blake Snell one was a heartbreaker. They really, a second and third with one out. Just needed a sac fly to get that third run. But either way, we'll take it. We got six picks. I do have to put a couple reminders out there. Number one, if you're looking for an MLB video on Sunday, you're not going to find one. We're going to take the day off on Sundays. We've obviously seen over the past couple weeks, Sunday baseball's whack. We're going to have a bunch of NFL videos already coming up live on the channel. We already have one live yesterday with some spread picks. We have one coming live today with the player props. And then we have another one later on tonight where we're trying to turn $10 into $1,000. So definitely check that out in just one NFL Sunday. Go check out those videos once they are live later on today. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Number two, we have a college football video live already. It's already live on the channel. It was posted yesterday. And I'm already 1-0. It was a sweaty one. Catch an under on the hook. We'll take that. And speaking of college football, there's a great offer on Bet365 for football in general this weekend. They've upped their offer from 200 bonus bets, dollars in bonus bets, all the way up to 365. So definitely take advantage of it. Sign up, top link in the description. Deposit $10. Make a $1 money line bet on any team playing today. You'll get those $365 in bonus bets, regardless of if it wins or loses. Available in New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, Colorado, or Iowa. If you haven't taken advantage, definitely do it. But all those videos will be linked at the end of this one. Logan, I'm putting you up on the screen. You said if we go 6-0 today, not only you're giving $1,000 out of your paycheck, you're running around Philadelphia naked. I'm holding you to your word. What's the first pick of the day to try to get that 6-0 sweep, baby?
Yeah, I do. I know the odds are against us to go 6-0, but hey, we got to start somewhere. And let's start with our first pick in this one. I'm taking the Yankees on the first 5 innings run line, -0.5, -115 odds on PointsBet. Currently your best value there. Yes, I do believe the Yankees will be leading after 5, and I'm comfortable taking their run line through 5 innings. Obviously, if they're tied through 5, we would lose this bet. But to me, there's no value in their full game money line at -140 or worse. It's probably getting worse throughout the day, actually. Because you look at this one, and I think we actually have the starting pitching edge through 5 innings, and that's kind of why I want to target this one. Michael King starts for the Yankees, 2.88 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP on the year. Really good numbers for Michael King. The last start I backed him, yeah, he pitched a really good game against the Astros. Even though he doesn't normally go past 5 innings, his last 3 starts have been great. 1, 0, and 0 earned runs in those last 3 starts. King will give us a chance through 5 innings to definitely win this bet. And he's facing a Brewers offense. It's only hitting .233 in their last 3 road games. If this was in Milwaukee, I might be more hesitant to take this bet. But on the road, this Brewers offense is just different. They're just not as good and not as consistent. And I'll take my chances with King. In 13 plate appearances, which is a small sample size, the Brewers are only hitting 167 team batting average against Michael King. So again, small sample size, they just haven't seen him a ton, but they haven't hit him either. And if King only goes 3 to 4 innings, which is probably what I'm forecasting, if he goes, 5 innings, that would be pretty cool because that means he's doing well. But if he does, let's just say go 3 or 4, the Yankees are 5th best in bullpen ERA over the last 2 weeks. So the reliever that should follow him should be a pretty solid arm out of the bullpen. Now, who's starting for Milwaukee? It's Wade Miley, and I want to target this guy. Even though he has good numbers, 3.33 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP, even though he has good numbers on the season, his last 4 starts have been a little bit rocky. 4.84 ERA in his last 4 starts. A little bit of sign of danger. He's not missing the bats like he was earlier in the season. And the Yankees are hitting .247 against lefties this year, which is, that's about average. It's comfortable enough for me to back. Not too bad. Also not scorching lefties. But Miley's opponent batting average and OPS are both higher to righties, which is a strength of this Yankees lineup. The heaviest hitters in this Yankees lineup are the right-handed bats. And I really do like the righty-lefty matchup we're going to get. And 55 plate appearances, the Yankees are hitting .292 against Wade Miley with only a 16.4% K rate. The fact that they are almost hitting 300 against him, not striking out a ton, the numbers are there for us to cash this pick. The Yankees just need to bring the bats in this game. I don't think I've really backed them at all this year. I think one other time. Hopefully they don't hurt us good in this one, but I do really like them through 5 innings. But Austin, what's your first pick going to be?
Logan, love the pick. When you saw me back in the Yankees a couple weeks ago, it was mostly only to lefties. That's what they've been hitting pretty well. Hopefully they get 1-run lead through 5, and hopefully Michael King can hold it down. Now I'm going to go to another big time, a big name. You know him, the Dodgers. Team total over 5.5 runs, -105 on Caesars. I'd play this up to about -125. I really don't think this line moves away from the 5.5, but if it No, there's really, it should not go up to 6.5. Maybe becomes a little bit more juiced on your book. But look, we got great weather once again in Nationals Park, plus 21% home runs and plus 14% runs. So we're expecting some runs here. I don't mind the full game over, but Bobby Miller, who's scheduled to start for the Dodgers, has been pretty good on the road. And while he probably gives up some runs today, I do think I'd rather just trust the Dodgers, the better offense, to get some runs up here. So they go up against Jake Irvin, who's going to start for the Nationals. 4.35 ERA, but a 5.16 expected ERA. So they're expecting some regression and a 1.38 whip. Very similar numbers to Mackenzie Gore yesterday. And Irvin already pitched once against the Dodgers, 4 earned runs allowed and 5 innings pitched back in May. Now, obviously, he's a different pitcher now. That's 2-3 months since then, but still, they obviously had his number then, and I think they'll be able to get some runs up against him. And this is while I wish he was the lefty because the Dodgers have been hitting lefties better, there's still a Dodgers team that can stack 5-6 lefties in that lineup and really make life difficult on Irvin. And Irvin is a guy that doesn't miss bats, 2nd percentile in whiff percentage, 6th in chase rate, 15th in barrel percentage, 28th in the expected batting average, 34th in walk percentage. So he's walking some guys, getting on base, also missing bats. And when the weather's great, not a great scenario what's going on there. I mean, he's not getting the strikeouts, and some of these guys on this Dodgers team are swinging for the fences, so the only real way to get them out is to get them to strike out. So, I just don't think that's a great recipe for success against the Dodgers team, especially once Irvin comes out, because the Dodgers have been doing a good job of chasing out the starters early. You got a Nats bullpen that used 6 arms yesterday. They had a rain delay, but still used 6 arms. I don't know why. Now, they didn't use 2 of their better arms, in my opinion, Hunter Harvey and Kyle Finnegan, but still, those guys aren't going to pitch, 3 innings each. So, I think at the end of the day, this is a Nats bullpen that has struggled last 10 games, 6.50 ERA. Like I said, 6 arms used yesterday, already depleted for an already not good bullpen. I think the Dodgers put up some runs here today. Yesterday, I'd argue they scored 8 runs, all before rain delay. They could have probably had 10, 12 runs. They had bases loaded, no outs, didn't score. They were 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position, 8 guys left on base. I think they will be able to put up some runs. Mookie Betts still won't play today. He's out for another couple games, but Dodgers, give me 6 runs. I'm counting on you. But Logan, you got a pitcher prop. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm going back to the earned runs market. I'm taking Jack Flaherty of the Orioles over 2.5 earned runs. Minus 123 odds on Caesars, currently your best value there. Yes, I'm going back to the scene of the crime in Fenway yesterday. I had a terrible pick with the Orioles with the Red Sox yesterday. Everyone and their mother was on Orioles, and the contrarian in me was just wrong yesterday. Now, if you don't have the earned run market, I would probably pivot to the Red Sox team total over in that capacity, because obviously this would go hand in hand with their team total over. I'm back in the Red Sox one more time to see if the pathetic offense yesterday was a fluke, because I kept checking the score. I'm like, really nothing. They didn't score till late in that game, and I was like, okay, that's on me, guys. I guess their offense just wasn't there. But if you look at the lines today, and look, I'll tell you where the public is right now. It's not too hard to figure out. Everyone's on the Orange Birds for plus value. They're getting solid, like plus 120-ish value on the Orioles today. The fact that the Red Sox are solid, like minus 145 favorites, means the books agree with me that the Red Sox should be in a good position to get some hits and runs up on Jack Flaherty. Because if you look at his numbers, they're not impressive at all. Flaherty, 4.84 ERA and a 1.54 whip on the year. The whip being over 1.5, I mean, that tells you right there. He just struggles with command and control. He's just not been all that consistent. Flaherty has also went over this line in 7 out of his last 8 games. I mean, that's a hit rate that I definitely want to back, and I think the Red Sox should once again be able to hit him today. Look at the StatCast numbers for Flaherty too. They're bad. 23rd percentile in expected ERA, 24th percentile in expected batting average, 19th percentile in walk percentage, 12th percentile in chase rate. Trying to figure out what he does well, because none of those numbers are good at all. I mean, if you look at the Red Sox too, they're hitting 281 at home this year, although it didn't look like it yesterday. Law of averages says the bats should be there once again today. Look at also the Red Sox at home, 5th in runs, 1st in hits. Look, guys, they should be able to hit this number and tag Flaherty for at least 3 earned runs. I'm really not asking for that much. Bring the bats, Red Sox, or I'm putting you in the body bag, unzipping it, and I'll just zip it right back up because I need better from you guys. But Austin, got a hit parlay for us. What you going with?
Yeah, yesterday we had a sweat-free Seager leg and then an absolutely sweaty Charlie Blackmon leg who didn't get a hit in his first 4 at-bats, got up in the 9th, and he clutched up, which we appreciate. This one, hopefully it's not as sweaty. We're going to Kyle Tucker of the Astros and Brian Reynolds of the Pirates, each to record a hit, just 1+ hits. We'll take that as a parlay, plus 110 on Bet365. Playable to right around minus 125, minus 130. Naturally, Bet365, who I talked about at the top of the show, you can get all those bonus bets normally has the best odds for these hit parlays. I've said it time and time again. If you don't have Bet365 and it's available in your state, you definitely should. But let's talk about Kyle Tucker first. Did go hitless yesterday. This is normally a guy I target and back, and because he just doesn't go back-to-back games usually without a hit, and that was the last time he did that was back in August 8th. So it's been nearly a month since then. He's batting 288 on the year. Look at Lugo allowing a 254 batting average to lefties. I actually don't mind Tucker for 2+ bases, but he's normally a guy that can get those singles. I'm confident he can get it done, and he's usually just a really consistent hitter, a guy that doesn't strike out a whole lot, puts the ball in play. And when you put the ball in play, you normally have a good chance of getting a hit. That's how baseball works. Logan loves that. Lugo throws two main pitches, 40% four-seam, 31% curveball. Tucker's expected batting average, 332 and 290. So two main pitches, hits pretty well. Padres obviously have had a good bullpen, or really just a good ERA. I think the lowest ERA in the majors all year long. But still, this is a guy in Tucker that I trust him to get a hit. Don't know where he bats in the lineup because they keep switching his spot. I think Tucker gets a hit at home. Next up, Brian Reynolds, though. I don't normally put Pirates in a hit parlay, but Brian Reynolds has been there once, and he's done his job, which is all we can ask for. And he's actually on a 9-game hit streak right now. And I love his matchup. Batting 287 versus lefties, 286 on the road. And he's facing Dylan Dodd, a lefty who is allowing a 333 batting average to right-handed batters. Now, Brian Reynolds is a switch hitter, so he'll bat lefty against him. He'll bat righty against him. He'll bat lefty if they bring in a right-handed arm, which I'd like to see, a guy that can kind of do everything. But Reynolds is going to be on the road, obviously, in that 2 spot probably for the Pirates. He'll have plenty of chances here. Dylan Dodd is obviously returning. He hasn't pitched in the majors in nearly over 2 months. Last start was June 14th. When he was pitching then, he threw 49% four-seam, 30% slider, 20% changeup. Reynolds' expected batting average, 303, 278, and 226. So obviously not great against the changeup, but pretty good against his other pitches. He's had it in 9 straight games. I expect him to see potentially 5 plate appearances here today. Doesn't walk a whole lot, can walk, but doesn't walk a ton, which is, always a kryptonite for taking a hit play, especially a bases play if you're going that way. But I really do like Brian Reynolds' matchup today. I think he gets us a hit. Brian Reynolds, Kyle Tucker, plus 110. Love the value there on Bet365. I'll take it. But Logan, your third and final play, where are you going?
I'm going to Detroit for my third and final play, and I'm taking the Tigers first 5 team total over 2.5 runs, minus 115 odds on DraftKings, currently your best value there. Now, again, if you don't have the first 5 team total market, I do want to mention a pivot I would take. You could take the first 5 run line for the Tigers. I think that's a good look with Tariq Skubal on the mound for the Tigers. But I'm specifically just targeting the Tigers offense in this one, because this pick is a little bit of a test of how long you've been with calling our shot. Because if you know my history with Jose Urena, then you're a true OG, and I'll buy you a drink, because that means you've been here since I was doing the solo videos every single day just by myself, and I didn't know a whole lot about baseball back then. But I did know to wake up and fade Jose Urena, and I was so profitable doing that. I figured out he's a terrible bottom-of-the-barrel pitcher. And the White Sox being in tank mode, he's now on the White Sox, and that makes sense. Urena has a 9.82 ERA and a 2.24 WHIP. Are those bad? Well, they ain't good. I'll tell you that right now. That's absolutely terrible stats for Jose Urena. And like I said, the only reason he's on the White Sox now is because they're in tank mode. They're just trying to get some arms to come in there and chew up innings. And opponents have hit this first 5 team total in every single start Urena has pitched this season. That's no surprise, because I don't think he's a good pitcher. Like, it's just an eyeball test. Look at this current Tigers roster has a 190 batting average against Urena, but a 307 expected batting average. It's crazy. I've never seen expected numbers that off of the normal batting average. If you look at this Tigers team, they're hitting 255 against righties this month, which is solid. It's good enough for me to say they should have a chance to get to Urena. And the Tigers, if they're patient at the plate, Urena will walk them. He has 3+ walks in 3 out of his 5 starts this year. I don't know what to say about this guy. He doesn't miss bats. He doesn't strike anybody out. He's pitched to contact, but he's pitched to contact, usually giving up hard contact. And he's all over the plate. He normally walks people. If the Tigers bring the bats today, we should stand a really good chance of cashing this one. I'm just begging you, Tigers, please don't make this guy look good. He used to be an ex-Tigers pitcher back when I was fading him. He played for the Tigers. So hopefully they can get to him and tag him for 3 runs through 5 innings. I definitely think that's not asking for all that much, even if he does only pitch, let's say, 2 to 3 innings, because I don't know what his limit's going to be. He's got a trash White Sox bullpen behind him as well. So I really do like this bet. I think it stands a really good chance of cashing.
Yeah, Logan, love the pick. I remember texting you last night. Hey, look who's on the mound for the White Sox. I don't think you've been happier since you probably got engaged. So, look, we love Urania. Hopefully, gives us 3 runs. We appreciate him. Now, I'm going to go to a K prop, something we really haven't taken a whole lot this year, but I see value on this one. And if it doesn't hit, we probably won't take many K props. You know, K props can be a little bit sketch. I mean, you just could have a guy in like 10, 2-strike counts. You just can't get those put away pitches. But hopefully, this guy can today. Up the Reds, Carson Spears, over 4.5 strikeouts, plus 128 on FanDuel. Honestly, I love the value we're getting here. I really, if you can get it at plus value, I'd take it any day of the week. Hopefully, it doesn't go, too crazy off this plus 128. But look, I like Carson Spears in this matchup. This is a guy making a second career start. So a lot of unknowns here, but I think he's got a chance here. Now, let's talk about his first start, though. It was in Cincinnati, so he's not going to be new to the weather and the small dimension of this ballpark, which I do like, because obviously Great American Ballpark, very hitter-friendly ballpark, and they have great weather today, which hopefully leads to some Cardinals trying to hit just swing for the fences, and hopefully when they're swinging big, they maybe miss and whiff it, and we get some Ks. But let's talk about that first start, though. He went 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 walks, 3 earned runs. Most importantly, though, 7 strikeouts, which we certainly would take today. Now, in that first start, you saw him really struggle in the first couple innings. In fact, through 2 innings, he had given up all of his 5 hits that he allowed, all of his 2 walks, and 3 earned runs. But you saw in those second innings, third and fourth inning, he went out there and pitched well, 4 Ks, 0 hits, and he was dialed in. Is it crazy to say a guy making his first ever MLB start had a little bit of jitters, a little bit of nerves against a very good Cubs offense, and just kind of struggled with it first? He just struggled with location, yeah, and then he kind of figured it out. And while I'm not saying he comes out here and pitches a scoreless 5-6 innings, although the Reds could really use it, I think he has a chance here, and he has to put away pitches. We saw him in the minor leagues. He had that, and it's a Cardinals team that is scorching hot right now. They've been going crazy, but they have just faced Max Fried and then Andrew Abbott yesterday, 2 lefties. So they are now going to be switched to a righty. Maybe that switches them up a little bit, switches the lineup they throw out there, which could switch up the momentum of this lineup. But over the last 2 weeks, Cardinals, second highest K rate to a right-handed pitchers at 27.3%. And over the last month, they've actually faced 15 right-handed pitchers. 12 of them have 5 or more Ks. Now, sure, they've lit up some guys. Spencer Strider couldn't even make it out of the 3rd inning against them a couple days ago. And they have faced some right-handed starters in there that are more, openers, kind of like Michael King. But the rest of the starters have done a good job at getting this K line, with a lot of them going up to, 5, 6, 7, 8, even 10 Ks they've had against this Cardinals lineup. In his first start, Spears relied heavily on one put-away pitch. It was one of the slider was a put-away pitch he used, second highest, 25% of the time. This is a Cardinals team that has really struggled against righty sliders this season. And so, yeah, we're taking a flyer on Spears making his second start. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's his second start ever. I'll learn how to pronounce his name today when I watch him. But this is still a guy that in the minor leagues, in Double-A, had an 11.9 strikeouts per 9 ratio. He was able to get those put-away pitches. The Reds desperately need a guy to go out there and at least pitch okay, or at least give him some innings, because this is a guy that they just used 5 bullpen arms yesterday because Abbott couldn't do anything. I think this might be a day we see the Cardinals offense cool off a little. Spears, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't really care. I need 5 Ks out of you today. Plus 128. Great value. That's our 6th and final play of the day. Let's have an electric 6-0 day, and you'll see Logan streaking around the streets of Philadelphia and giving away $1,000 as he promised. But either way, we do have a couple other videos you definitely should check out. They're popping up on the screen. We have our one for college football, which is currently 1-1, or 1-0, 1 for 1. And then we also have some NFL videos. We'll have a bunch more videos on the channel. A reminder, no MLB picks on Sunday. We have so much NFL content. You definitely want to check it out. So if you're waking up Sunday morning looking for the MLB video, just go and watch those NFL ones. Show them some love. Hit that like button. It's week 1. Let's have a great day, Logan. Let's go 6-0, and I'll see you on the streets in Philly. We'll see you then. Peace.